Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners, and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So this is this weekly episode of Crochet Catch-Up that I have been doing the last few weeks and will continue to do so. I have missed this segment. I am loving this segment, and it is helping me, I don't know, have a diary of my crochet progress as the weeks go by. So let's jump straight into it, shall we? Now I have one FO. No, well, one and a very nearly FO. I just have ends to weave in. And then I have two whips to show you as well. Okay? So the first FO that I am dying to show you is, if you watched last week's episode, you will know that I answered the call to challenge from Jen over at Cinnamon Stitches. She asked everyone if they want to, but she specifically challenged me by name to go digging in our stashes and to deep dive and uncover some maybe forgotten treasures, or those treasures that you've been hanging on to for a long time, not sure what to make with them. Basically stuff you've had a while and actually turn it into something. And like I said, if you saw last week's episode, you will see that I did dig out a couple of cakes. I did pick a pattern, and by the end of last week, I was halfway through. Well, I have completed it. Now, to refresh your memory, I used King Cole Curiosity double knitting. This is a UK yarn, okay? They are 150 gram cakes. They are made of 100% premium acrylic. There are approximately 524 yards or 480 meters. They are made in Turkey. You can wash up to 40 degrees Celsius. Do not iron, do not bleach, dry clean using A. You can cool tumble dry. I used a 5mm dots with this, and the two cakes in this King Cole Curiosity that I had were in the colour Merlin, but I did want to use both cakes. Another yarn label to claim, because last week's cake label has already gone into that bag. Now the second one I can claim for my end of year total. And I have made this gorgeousness, and what I was making was the Ashley Cowl, which is a Cinnamon Stitches pattern. I will obviously link Jen Cinnamon Stitches channel. I'd be really shocked if you've never heard of her, but if you haven't, you are missing out. Go and check her out, like right now. Even stop this video. Don't even give me the watch time. Just go straight over to her because she's amazeballs. And she made the Ashley Cowl for another gorgeous yarny YouTuber here on the YouTube streets. And it's Ashley from Stitchin' Ain't Easy, and I will of course link Ashley from Stitchin' Ain't Easy's channel as well. Again, stop what you're doing, go check them out. Absolute fabulous ladies, love them both to absolute bits and pieces. And actually, while making this, my heart just sang, because it was like this yarn was meant to be this project. This has happened quite a bit lately. The little monster that I did, the yarn was made for that pattern. This yarn was made for this pattern. Jen even commented on last week's video saying that it was a gorgeous cake, and it just worked up absolutely fantastic. I mean, that's not exactly what she said. I'm, paraphrasing, but she agreed that it was a gorgeous yarn for that pattern, and the pattern was the right pattern for the cake. Okay, so you only saw it half completed, but I have in fact put both cakes into it. So there is one half of the Ashley Cowl. I'm not going to block it, guys, because it's going to go around my neck. And there's the other half. They are sewn together. It is 100% completed. And like I said, I did tweak Jen's pattern just slightly. In her tutorial, she only did 3 peaks because she used a much bigger yarn and a much bigger hook. She gave you the multiples so that you could do less peaks or more peaks to your preference. Well, it was my preference to do 5 peaks because I have a thinner yarn and a smaller hook, and it just worked out perfectly. And you might think, Sam, that is an absolutely massive cowl. And you would be correct. However, let me show you this lusciousness, because I can put it over my head twice, which means I have double the warmth, double the rainbowy yumminess around my neck. I could even do what Jen does with hers. I can put it up over my head, keep my ears warm. There, let's see. And I've still got plenty around my neck to keep me warm. Now, obviously, I've just slung it on just to, you know, demonstrate. But you could zhuzh this, you could fancify this, you could, you know, wear it as gorgeously and elegantly as you like. But for me, under my coat when it's cold, I am going to be snug as a bug in my rainbow gorgeousness. Just look at it. But even if I don't pull it up over my head, let's get my ponytail out. Let's fancify this a little bit, shall we? I don't wear a lot of scarves or cowls or things, guys, so I don't actually know how you're supposed to wear them. This just looks like a dog's dinner. But, like I said, double wrapped, double the warmth. It is stunning. Let me see if I can make it look a little bit nicer, because it is gorgeous yarn, a gorgeous pattern. I absolutely love it. I am over the moon, ecstatically pleased with it. And I'm not throttling myself with it. There's still plenty of room. So I can have it looser. I can have it right up to my neck. And it still isn't like suffocating me. It isn't making me feel any kind of way. You can wear it with whatever bit of the rainbow showing that you like. If you're in a blue phase, you can have it this way round. If you're in a brighter or the fall, I mean, hello. And then if you want like more of the, oh, my hair gets in the way. Or if you want, you know, more of the pinks and the purples and things. Just so gorgeous. I love it. I'm going to be warm and cozy every winter from now on. I am wrapped in rainbow gorgeousness. I am wrapped in Jen, amazing design talent. I am wrapped in the thought of Ashley because it was named after her. Me, Jen and Ashley in one bit of crochet. I couldn't be any more happier. Honestly, I absolutely love and adore it. And I'm just, yeah, I mean, I love it. And now I'm feeling really toasty warm. But there we go. There is my Ashley cowl designed by Cinnamon Stitches in honour of the fabulous Ashley from Stitching Ain't Easy. Let me see if I can find where I seamed it together and show you that you really cannot tell. And sewing isn't my strong suit, guys. You may see from some of my amigurumis, they're a bit wonk sometimes. But it was the 2 purple bits together and they were seamed down there. Can you see the seam? Can you see the seam? I mean, to the trained eye, yeah, you can because it's here. But you ain't going to see that from a distance, even the other way around. I mean, maybe a little bit here. But it is almost invisible, guys. You would never know that it was 2 pieces put together unless you really looked for it. I love it. There is nothing I would change about it. There is nothing I regret from doing it. Let me pull you down a bit. There is nothing I would change. Nothing I regret. I absolutely, just love it. So I am going to pop it in the wash just to see how much softer it gets. It's not rough, but it's not like ooshy squishy soft. But I think after a lovely little wash, it will be snuggly. Yeah, another gorgeous bit of Manfa winter wear, and it's still, I mean, spring is trying to spring here in the UK. Some of our flowers are coming up, like daffodils and crocuses, snowdrops, that sort of thing. It's trying, and it is warming up ever so slightly, but there is still a much need for something like this. So this will get somewhere this winter, and then it will get where every winter from this year onwards. Thank you so much, Jen, for the challenge. Thank you for a gorgeous pattern. This is my first ever ripply, chevron-y waviness that I have ever done. So yarn that's over 5 years old, a style of crochet that I've never done in the chevron or the ripple. It's rainbow and luscious, and it just reminds me of me, Jen and Ashley all together in one beautiful crochet piece. I mean, what is not to love? So that is my FO, and I am so happy about it. And in last week's episode, you will know that I did say that I wanted to get that done, and I did. So tick, yes, on track, and another label to put in my label collection. Okay, right, the next thing I'm going to show you, you might be a little bit confused because you will be seeing this on Thursday, but you have already seen these on Tuesday. And on Tuesday, all the ends are woven in and they're beautifully packaged. But 2 days later, the ends are back and they're not beautifully packaged. And that, my friends, is because you know I batch record and I am filming today, Thursday's video, before I film Tuesday's video. And there is a reason for that, okay? I need to do my craft yourself free, but until the ends are woven in, I'm not going to get an accurate weight because obviously I will be snipping, you know, the bigger part of those ends off. So for me to get an accurate weight, I want to weigh them with the ends all gone. So I need to, and this is why it's a sort of FO. They're all made. They just need to be ends woven in and paired together. Now you're like, Sam, what are you waffling about? What hearts? You know the hearts if you've been here for a while, but if you haven't, there is a UK charity here called Hearts Healing Hearts. And they ask for pairs of hearts. They could be crocheted hearts, knitted hearts, quilted hearts. And what they do is they give these pairs of hearts to lots of different places, such as hospitals, hospices, funeral homes, that sort of thing, where basically a loved one is separated from their family, sometimes just while they're recovering and getting better, but in other situations because they have passed away. And it means that the family that are either waiting for the loved one to come home or the loved ones that are left behind when a loved one passes away, they want to be connected with that loved one forever, or for at least while they're away from them for a temporary time. So the family gets one heart, the loved one gets the other. They are forever connected by these hearts, and I just think it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. They really don't take long to make. The charity can never keep up with demand. There is never enough made for them, ever. My goal for the year, loosely, is about 500 if I can. Last month I did 40 pairs. I just about managed to scrape in 40 pairs this month, but that's because I got a really late start on them. So I've learnt from that, and for March I'm going to get an earlier start on them. So yeah, 40 pairs a month. Apart from 2 months, I'm going to have to bump it up to 50 to get to my 500 target. If I make it, great. If I don't, it's also great, because however many I get done, that is a lot of families that benefit from something so quick, easy and simple. And these are brilliant scrap busters, guys. Out of the hearts you're going to see in a minute, I managed to claim back another 3 yarn labels, because the way I do my yarn labels is until the whole entirety of the skein is used, I keep that label with the yarn. So some of this yarn that I have used to make these hearts, I made bigger projects, maybe even a couple of years ago. But because I've only just finished it up now, it's now that I claim the yarn band. I didn't claim it back when I used the majority of it. Does that make sense? So I have managed to claim another 3 yarn labels by using up some of my scraps. So that is fantastic. I haven't got those labels to show you, but I promised you there were 3 labels that I could claim because I have actually used up all of the yarn now. So last week I showed you that I did 6 pairs. Very measly start. But I have got the other 34 pairs done, which is 68 individual hearts. And the majority of these hearts actually were made while I was at work this week, because this week, sorry, not this week that you're watching, the previous week was half term. That meant that all of the teaching staff, all of the students, they were off for a week. My children were off for a week, but I still had to work. 2 days of last week I worked from home. 3 days I was actually in the school building, but there was only me and one other person there. And because it was so much quieter, because the students aren't in, the classes aren't happening, the school isn't running, I managed to get on top of my workload really, really well last week. And the last day, the Friday, the 21st, I had managed to get everything possible that I could get done. So I got my phone out, put on my YouTube videos, and I crocheted for 3 hours. So yeah, I got paid to crochet. Is it the best use of company time? No. Am I behind on my work? No. Was there any other work that I actually physically possibly could have got done? No. But I still had to be there. I still had to be on site. I still had to be at work, but all my work was done. So I feel justified in doing it. So yeah, most of them got made during work hours, and that is not going to happen hardly ever, once in a blue moon, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, not even going to lie about it. So I got 6 pairs done last week. I've now got 34 pairs done this week. Now they are a little bit of a mixed bag. Some of them have got their ends woven in and they have been paired. A lot of them still need their ends weaving in and being paired, okay? So we're going to do it super quick, and I'm going to do it in pairs. 1, 2, she said super quick and then fumbles. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So there we go. That will make me up to my 40 pairs. Like I said, some of them are ends woven, tied together, finished off. A lot of them are not. So I need to spend time getting that done. And that's what I mean. So Thursday, they're not finished. But 2 days ago, you saw them finished. It's the confusion of batch recording and timings. So yeah, it's almost like I rewound the work from 2 days ago, but I haven't. It's just I'm filming this video first, okay? The reason why I've done mostly pink, white and red is because those were the colours requested for Valentine's. So I tried to do as many pink, white, red and a combination of those as I could. But of course, last week's, there was the oddball pair of blue, and that was left over from the baby squares, okay? So I will get those done. You know I'll get them done because in Tuesday's video, they are done. I'm so sorry if I've hurt your head. But yes, my charity heart's done. 40 pairs of them. Awesome. Okay, so we're on track with that. that was another goal from last week's episode that I wanted to get done, and tick. Okay, I then wanted to get at least one more tier of my Asteria doily done. Now, I am making the Asteria doily as part of Manfa. That is a collaboration I currently have going on with the gorgeous Christina Bella Uncinetto. I will put her channel link in my description box as well. Go check her out. Again, stop, pause, go check her out. We came up with Manfa where we selected 4 projects. We put them in envelopes. We mixed them up. I gave mine to Max. Max will pick for Christina. Christina gave hers to Sparkle. Sparkle is picking what I'm making. So although we picked the 4 things, it's the kiddos that choose what the other one does. So my Max chooses for Christina and her Sparkle chooses for me. Now, my first make to be pulled as part of Manfa is the Asteria doily. So Christina will get it at some point. It just hasn't been pulled for her yet. Okay. So I have been slowly plugging along on this. I did put it down for a couple of weeks because I wanted to concentrate on a couple of other things like the cowl, and I started a blanket and, you know, those sorts of things. But I did pick up the Asteria doily again. Now, there is a pattern, but I really struggled with the pattern. And it's really tricky to get a hold of as well. The person who wrote the pattern, I don't believe that English is their first language. Can I get it out without you getting a sneak peek? What is it stuck on? Oh, I think you got a sneak peek then. So I really struggled, but there are some tutorials online and I will link the tutorial that I am following. But again, I highly recommend that you read the instructions that she puts on the screen, but you watch what her hands do, because sometimes they don't correlate. This has been a little bit of a melon scratcher. This has been a little bit confusing and annoying at times, but I am pushing through, and the more I get done on it, the more I fall in love with it. It's just a little bit of a process to get there. Now, the yarn I am using, do you know what? Let's get the whole cake that I haven't touched yet. Let's just show you in its whole beauty. You guys chose this one for me. It is the Cotton Kings Sultan. 100% cotton, 200 grams. There are 874 yards or 800 meters. It's a fine weight number 2. Wash up to 30 degrees Celsius. Do not bleach, do not tumble, do not iron. Dry clean with P. Made in India. It's got the Okotek standard on it, and it is colour 29, and it goes from coral to peaches and oranges to yellows to greens to blues and into purple. This is one of those cottons where it is 4 strands that are not woven together. So it can be splitty at times. Let me see if I can showcase that for you. Let me see. Is it going to play ball? Can you see that it's 4 individual strands, maybe down here, where they're not wound together? They are individual. Yeah. So, and I am using my 3.5mm dots. There we go. Gorgeous. So I did have 2 cakes of this in case I need it. I don't think I'm going to need both cakes. I'm not even convinced I'm going to get into the centre of the first one, guys, if I'm being honest with you. There are 9 tiers to this doily, as in 9 layers. I had completed 1, 2, 3, 4. I had completed 5 tiers or layers the last time you saw it. And I said to you that ideally I'd like to get the 6th layer or the 6th tier done. And I did manage to get it done, guys. I am so proud of myself. Why is my yarn so... There we go. Because I don't want to pull out any of my stitches. That would be horrific. This is what I've got left of the cake so far. So I am nearly done with the orange, as you can see. We're going right into straight yellow soon. Then we'll be going into the green, the blue and the purple. But I've already got 6 layers done and I've only got 3 layers left. Now, yes, they are going to be bigger layers, so maybe more of my yarn will be eaten. I don't know. But last time you saw it was at this yellow stitch marker. Maybe I should have picked a different colour, Sam, because it's oranges and yellows. So that was right on the edge. I'm not doing this very well. Right on the edge of this petal here. So this is where we got to last time, and I have done a complete layer, tier, whatever you want to call it, after that stitch marker, as you can see. But it is absolutely stunning. The beauty of it is worth the frustration for me. It may not be worth the frustration for some of you. I don't know. Unless you give it a go, that is a judgment call for you. And I would just like to point out as well, guys, that it's not just these petals for the tier. I don't know how I can show you. Here we go. So on the back, you will see that there is this whole, there's this whole band of these rows and then these petals on top of it as well. So one layer or one tier is all of these rows plus the petal. So from the front, it looks like I've just done this bit, right? No, I've done this bit and all of this since the last time I showed you. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds just to get another petal on it. So there is a lot of work in and behind this, but it is stunning and beautiful and gorgeous, and I am so pleased that I decided to start from the coral and work my way in on this colourway. At the moment it's like a glorious sun or star, sunflower, I don't know, it's just gorgeous. And when I've eventually got all of the layers on it, guys, I do intend on putting it on one of those metal rings and hanging it on my wall. How gorgeous is that gonna look? It is stunning. There is a lot of detailed stitch work in this, more than what appears from the front. If you look at the back, like I was saying, look at all, you can see layers, 1 layer, 2 layer, 3 layer, 4 layer, 5. Do you know what I mean? It's not just a petal that you're putting on. You've got to do all of these rows before the petals. So there we go. That's a good representation. So from this little nubby bit all the way up, that is the 8 rows that I had to do just to get another layer on. So all of this since last time. I hope that makes sense, because even the back is interesting. But yes, I did get another layer done. I'm loving how the colour is transitioning. I am going to keep going with this until it is done. I mean, like I said, I know the layers are going to get longer and longer to go around and get bigger. But then it means I've only got 3 layers left. So I think my stretch goal is going to be to get at least 1 layer a week done. So hopefully in 3 weeks' time this will be complete. But you never know what life's got in store for me. You never know what life's going to chuck at me, because I don't actually know how much crochet the week after. So I'm filming on Saturday the 22nd of Feb. You're not seeing this until Thursday the 27th. But Thursday the 27th is going to be the last of a 3-day training trip that I have to go on, and I have to stay away. I have to stay in a hotel Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and come back on the Thursday. Now, I will, of course, take crochet with me because the training's just during the day, but I don't know what's going to be happening in the evenings as to whether I'm actually going to get any crochet time in. So I don't actually know what crochet I'm actually going to get done for the next crochet catch-up, because I'm away for 3 days. And then the week after that, I'm away for 2 days. So 1 night, 2 days. There's a lot going on training wise with work. But there we go. I managed it this week at least. So that is another tick on my list. So far, I have smashed in total, I have smashed every goal I set for myself last week. I am going to try and get the 7th tier on this next week. If that's the only crochet that I get done, I want this to get done. Because I want to start a different Manfa Mouse, Meg. I'm impatient. I want to get the beautiful things done. Because when it's done, I can put it on the hoop and I can display it and I can enjoy it, right? So that's my first whip. So I've shown you my complete FO, my nearly FO with my tails and stuff. My whip, and now I've got another whip. Now that should be where all of the crochet catch-up ends. But this morning, Saturday the 22nd of February, when I'm filming, it's not the day that you're watching, I actually managed to get a couple of hours crochet time in this morning. And what I did with that couple of hours crochet time is I got a few more rows done on my Yuletide mosaic Christmas blanket. Haven't picked this up for a little while as well because the cowl took precedence. This is the second spinny selection. If you've been here for a little while, the Yuletide blanket is by Tina Thorodottir Thorvalda. That is one of her versions, I believe, and it is Christmassy mosaic-y gorgeousness. Okay, go back to not the previous crochet catch-up to this, but the one before where I explained all about this. I'm still on the Christmas tree, guys. I did say that I hope the next time I bring this back, the Christmas trees will be done. But I shouldn't have even got the progress that I'm about to show you done. Like, it should still have been not touched since the last time you saw it. So I think I managed to get an extra 6 rows in that I didn't expect to. This is an unexpected crochet catch-up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I managed to get a bonus 6 rows in when I didn't think I would. Okay, now the yarn I am using Ice Yarns 45828. This is Baby Merino DK in baby pink, obviously, and these are 40% merino, 20% polyamide, 40% acrylic. They are 50-gram donuts. There's approximately 100 meters in them, so about 109 yards. It's a DK lightweight 3, wash up to 30 degrees Celsius, do not iron, do not bleach, made in Turkey, and that's all you get from the Ice Yarn labels. But it is merino. What was it? Merino, polyamide and acrylic. Gorgeous, gorgeous pale baby pink. Stunning. I love it. I have put 2 whole donuts in so far. This is the 3rd that I have cracked into. And then my contrast colour, it's a Christmas blanket, and you're like, pink? Really? You wait till you see the next colour if you think that's not traditional. There's nothing traditional about this Christmas blanket whatsoever. This is a Manfa Christmas blanket. Pink's my favourite colour. But also, I'm a sucker for a rainbow. Yes, indeedy. This is one of the complete ones. This is the Sunflower Spectrum DK from the Knitting Network here in the UK. Again, it's a lightweight 3. And they are 100-gram cakes, approximately 360 meters, 394 yards, 100% acrylic, made in Turkey. Wash up to 30 degrees Celsius. Do not iron, do not tumble dry, do not bleach. Made in Turkey, did I say that? In the colour Aquarius. And that is about all I can tell you, but it is gorgeous. It is luscious. It is beautiful. I am still on my first cake, and there is still quite a bit of cake in that first one. So I don't know how many of these I'm going to use. Not very many, I don't think. Now, the blue stitch marker, at least I picked a better contrasting colour stitch marker this time. I need a bit of my drink. It's going stone cold, and you don't waste tea. I don't normally gulp on camera, but I need this. Oh, if that was a smidgy bit warmer, that would have been lush. It's a little on the cold side. Right, so with the trees, I told you that I did all 4 different trees, and then I went back to the first one so that it had a bookend, a symmetry, that the first tree and the last tree were the same. When you see the blue stitch marker, that is where I got to last time. I have managed to get another 6 rows on top, and we are starting to move into the orangey pink before we get into the proper pink. So here we go. Not a true colour representation at all, but it's what I'm working with. So that is tree design number 1. There. Oh, this is difficult. Between this tree and this tree, so let's do it like this. That's tree design number 2. This is tree design number 3, and there's the stitch marker. You can see what I've added on. So from here to here, that is tree design number 3, and then tree design number 4 is here to here, and then we finally repeat tree design number 1 again. Okay, so I got an extra 6 rows. So from the blue stitch marker up, and we've gone from the light bright orange into this pinky orange mix. Show you on the back, it's easier because we did start with green. You can't see the green very well at the bottom, but we started with the green, and now we are moving on up, and it's completely flat on the back. There aren't any hooky things to catch fingers or toes. Not that that matters because this is for me. And yeah, there we go. 6 more rows of progress. Loving it. Now it is a little bit curly, but that will sort itself out once I've got the double border on it. There we go. Beautiful. I am absolutely loving it. This is like the most epic Manfa blanket you can think of. So 6 unexpected rows because I managed to get them in before I started filming this week's content. It's the only reason why it happened, guys. But it was happy, unexpected crochet to add onto this video. So there we have it. That is all the crochet that I've been up to for the last week. A finished Ashley cowl. My 40 pairs of crochet hearts done for Hearts Healing Hearts for the month of February. Another layer on my Asteria doily, and 6 rows in my Christmas blanket. I don't think that's too shabby. Like I said, I don't know how much crochet I will get to show you next week because, like I said, I'm going away for work for a few days. But I will do as much as I physically can. Members, you need to keep an eye out for a video coming either tomorrow or Saturday. And then it's back to our usual content for next week, Monday to Thursday. So yeah, there we go. I think you're fully caught up on all of my crochet shenanigans. There we have it. So please have a wonderful, beautiful, fantastic weekend ahead. I will, of course, see you on Monday. But until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Bye, guys. Love you loads.